Hello lovely, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you all two ways on how I ferment my cassava and how I make my cassava dough. This is popularly known in Nigeria as aka Akpu or Santana. Over here is what I use in peeling my potato. If you prefer making use of that to peel your cassava, you can as well do so. But I am still that country girl. I will be making use of my knife. When making use of what you use in peeling your potato, you don't need to cut your cassava into a round shape. All you just need to do is to peel your cassava just the way you peel your tubers of yam. So as you can see here, cassava is very easy to peel. What I just did is that I marked my cassava, then I just use my knife to begin to trace that part, and as you can see, the cassava skin is just removing. I remember those days in Nigeria in the village. I and my siblings to go to the farm to harvest cassava. We do use cutlass to peel this cassava and we do competition. Who is the first to peel cassava? If you are the first, you are the winner. So after peeling, I begin to cut my cassava into a small pieces. The reason why I'm doing this is for my cassava to get soaked easily or absorb water easily. So I begin to use my knife to cut off the fiber away from it. So the next thing is for me to wash my cassava. This is my first method on how I ferment my cassava. I will just put it inside a plastic bag. I will tie this and put it inside the freezer for 3 days. You can as well leave this for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This is another good way for us to preserve our cassava if we are not using it instantly. So after 3 days, I brought it out from the freezer. I'm going to be leaving this for another 3 days, but not inside the freezer. So after 3 days, this is what my cassava look like. As you can see, my cassava has absorbed the water from the freezer. I can even use my hand to pieces this. So this is the second way on how I ferment my cassava. I will just begin to peel my cassava. Then I also wash my cassava. Then I just put it inside a plastic container. Then I pour warm water in it. The reason why I'm using warm water is in where I live, the weather here is cold. So I will use warm water to ferment this. I'll be leaving this for 14 days. Yes, sometimes your cassava can get fermented for 4 days, 1 week. But as I've said, where I live is cold, so that is why it takes up to 14 days. Sometimes it can even take you 28 days or 16 days for your cassava to be properly fermented. So as you can see, I begin to remove it from the water and put it in my bowl. I will be adding the one I fermented from the freezer to it too. Then the next thing I did is that I blend it. As you can see, my cassava is well blended. In case if you're not sure that your blender did a good job, or you can still find a trace of fiber in it, this is what you just do. You just bring your sieve and just pour your cassava in the sieve and use your water to rinse it. As you can see, I can still find a trace of fiber. But if you are sure that your blender did a good job, there is no need for this. Just skip this. So as you can see, this is my sieved cassava. Over here is my chiffon. I'll be using a chiffon for this. But if you have a bag, you can as well use a bag for this. As you can see, I just pour it in my chiffon. All I just need to do is for me to tie it. As you can see here, here's the water dripping out of it. If you allow this water to sit or rest, you'll find a trace of starch in it. If you're from Delta State, you understand what I mean. As for me, I allow it to sit that very day for 1 hour or 30 minutes. I found a trace of starch in it because I'm also a fan of eating starch. So over here is my microwave stander. So I just have to place my cassava dough on it. I will leave this overnight for me, but if you want to make use of it that day, just use your hand to squeeze it and make use of your fufu or of your dough. So as you can see, this is the next day. What I did here is that I begin to mold it into a ball form. In this way, you can put it in a plastic bag or use your cling film to wrap it. You just put it inside your freezer if you are not using it instantly. Anytime you want, you bring it out and defrost it. You can even turn it into a powder if you prefer that. You just dry it with your dehydrator or in the sun. So guys, in my next video, I'll be showing you how I turn this into akpu or santana or cassava fufu, but it's popularly known in Nigeria as akpu and santana. So guys, this is all for today's video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And bye. See you in my next video. Stay blessed.